Hi, welcome to part 5 of the Tasty Treats House Block Sampler. So Tasty Treats 2020 is a program we're doing during 2020 and it runs out from my website from GourmetQuilter.com. If you want to know more about it, have a look on there. What we're doing this time is some house sampler blocks. So we're actually up to block 5 this time. So this is going to be the pattern that you would receive if you had registered to do it. And this is what it looks like this time. I've got the yellow surrounds because my houses, some of them are going to be yellow and some of them are going to be grey. So we're on to block 5 here, and I've cut all my pieces out ready to show you how to put the block together. So much fun. So this time, because we've got these little half square triangles here, we're combining a couple of things that we already know how to do. We've got the half square triangles here, and we've got some little half square strip blocks here. So we did the little strips in this block here, so we joined 2 strips together, and then in the last block we did not the last block, the one before last, we did some half square triangles. So this one is combining both of those things, so that's kind of fun. So on the back of some of our block background squares, and I'm using the light grey for that because we want to make the half square triangles, we just need to draw ourselves a line that goes from point to point diagonally on the back side of the square. And I'm going to save, we don't need both halves, I'm going to save the other half, so I'm going to draw another line half an inch away so that I can sew on both of the lines, cut between them, and save the small half square triangle pieces to use in another delicious project. So they need to be paired up with the colour and then stitched on the 2 diagonal lines so that we can cut between them and save the larger piece, or use the larger piece, save the smaller piece. And we also need to join together pairs of the strips, so a colour and a background as well. So all of those can be chain pieced through, so I'm going to start with my little rectangles that need joining, and then I'll go on to the squares that have got to be sewn diagonally so that we can get everything through in more or less one go, really. 2 goes at the triangles. So that's my chain. I've gone back and done the second little diagonal on the squares as well, so I've now got this wonderful chain of my block which is going to come together into one block. And I've got this wonderful little chain piece cutter which is great. It's from Sunflower Quilts. I think these are a great little gizmo, gadget, something. And here where I've actually got 2 lines of stitching because I've done the 2, you can still pop that through in one go on the little cutter. This is just a little blade set into a very convenient little triangle. So I've got all those cut apart now. I've got to do some pressing and I've got to do some trimming. So I've got to cut my corners off on these diagonal ones. So I'm just going to cut between the 2 stitching lines. So I'm going to lay my 1/4 inch line in that's in from the edge on my ruler over the longer diagonal stitched line there. And I'm just going to cut those apart, and then I'm going to go and press them all open. So we don't need this smaller triangle, that's to save for another delicious project, but we do need the larger ones to make our block. So I've gone ahead and pressed everything. I've pressed everything towards the coloured piece of fabric, and so I'm just going to lay my block out now. So we just want to make sure we get everything round the right way. So we're going to have the background coloured triangles out to the outside corners, and we can put all 4 of those in place. And we've got a background square in the middle. And then these little strip ones, we want to make sure we get those right. The colour goes against the centre square each time to make this little block. So it's just a matter of making sure that they're going the right way, otherwise the block is going to be just a different block. So now I've got myself 3 little rows again of little squares to join up, so a bit like the 9 patch. So I'm going to go ahead now that I've got them all in the right positions, and I'm going to join my block up, and then I'll come and do my surrounds as well.
Okay.
So I've gone ahead, finished putting the block together, and I've even put my little borders on as well, which is always a nice feeling to have blocks finished to that point. So that's the block this time. So this is block 5. So it looks a whole lot like the other block, only with a different colour surround. So it's pretty exciting for the Tasty Treats sampler blocks. So we'll see you again, thank you, with block 6.